is coming. Everything's going to zero.
What's up, everybody? Oh man, gotta have fun with it. Can't be freaking out. Can't lose control just cause things are slow, things are red, things ain't moving in your direction. Gotta do what you gotta do. Gotta ride the waves. And today was another one of those waves. The markets were just really kind of up, down, up, down, up, down until we started building some momentum around lunch and finished nicely, nicely down. Very excited about this. We're gonna look at the Nasdaq right here. We had kind of what we thought was gonna be a little W pattern and maybe rip. Nope. And the markets decided once again we're just going to make a lower high than the previous high after making a lower low than the previous low. So it can be a guess of what probably comes next, unless our wonderful federal government steps in and does something. Hopefully they won't, though, because I would like to see this go down more. I'd like to see it go down further. One, sure, because I got a lot of puts in place. But two, I'd like to see everybody have another chance at buying a hell of a lot of them at the bottom. That's it. But today was not a fun day. It was very boring, period, for me. I mean, which is sad when the markets, we got the Dow Jones down over 300 points closing, and it's boring. But it happens. I get bored easily. I've had this drawn for a minute, the Dow Jones. We was kind of in this falling, broadening wedge situation. If that's the way you want to draw it, doesn't have to be. It can be drawn, I mean, about like that, really. It's about all you can do. Kind of almost a channel that it tried to break out of. But you can see here over the last few days, we broke out, did not sustain prices over that trend line or that moving average. The 200 moving average just doesn't care anymore. We get back in the channel. We give it a second test. Now, for me, this is the confirmation that we're going to probably go back down and test the bottom of this channel. Is when you break back into a channel, you try to break out again once, twice, you get rejected, and then you have this massive follow-through price action. It's not about the move. It's about the follow-through price action. And that's plain and simple. I'm not trying to predict this move. I'm waiting for the move to happen, and then I want to ride the follow-through price action in the direction of the trend. And that right there is the opportunity. There it is. You play the meat. You're not catching tops and bottoms. You're playing the meat of the trend. So I don't understand how anybody could get upset with a red day when you get the confirmation of it and you can start making moves, making plays. Oh, and for those wondering, tonight's episode is sponsored by Coors Light. I normally don't drink beer, but since they're sponsoring them and Josco's Liquor Store is sponsoring my stream, I'm gonna have a Coors Light here for all you beer fans. Just listen to it. Oh, how nice. Oh, how nice. Everyone, even if you're not a big beer drinker, if you've drank beer in the past or ever went to college and high school, that sound is something about it just that calls you name. So, Coors Light, run out and grab you some. Don't drink it on the way home. That's illegal in a lot of states. But anywho, let's take a look at my favorite, which y'all probably get tired of hearing, the DXY. But it's very important in trading. We got to keep an eye on the DXY. We got to know what the dollar is doing, so we'll know where to put our dollar. And right now, we are just beating our heads. We are banging on the daily chart. We're just banging at that previous high. We're just bouncing around with. We can't break the wick, but then again, we can't break below the candle body. That's a choppy range for a daily candle, and I'm going to pop you a line to show you just how stupid choppy it is. I mean, those are your 2 points right there of resistance. We're just plop, 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 plop. That's tough. That's tough. That means you've got about people sitting on half and half thinking that they should be buying assets, and that's why you're getting these little reaction rallies and you're getting these crazy swings with the pre-market, and then we're dumping 300 points after being up 300 points pre-market and all that stuff. It's a tug of war right now with the Bulls and the Bears. Trying to decide when's that time. When is the pivot? I think the Fed's been pretty clear that there's not a pivot right now. There's not a pivot coming. Not this year. Not this year. I think he was very clear at Jackson Hole. There's not a pivot coming. People who keep thinking that they're going to pause interest rate, nah. I don't see it happening. But that's it on the daily. You're beating it, and you just can't break through. We're building positive momentum again on the weekly. I like that. That's good for more downside in the markets. I want to see the stocks just plummet. You should not be upset about a red day in the markets. If you've been around at any time and done this any time at all, if you've been in my Discord, if you've been watching the YouTube, when there's a bloody day, it's time to either buy puts or buy stock. I mean, if you're going to buy anything, buy it at a discount. Even in a stupid trend, if you're going to buy it, at least buy it cheap. So you should welcome these bloody days, hope for them to get your position, and the money will come. So that's it right there on the 4 hour. The 1 hour, untrustworthy, it's still garbage. Looks the same. Nothing new. We're going to jump down. We're going to try and make this quick unless y'all start answering some questions. If y'all got questions, spit them out. I'll jump on them right now. We'll break them down. If you're in a stock or in a trade you want me to take a look at, please comment. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, tick the little bell to get notifications when I go live. And hopefully, if we can start getting the larger groups like we had when I started, we'll break out the spin wheel game again. In case some of you didn't know, there we go right there. There's the drinking game where not only can you win Shiba Inu and other stuff, but we'll take shots. And one of the reasons I put that away was the last time we played it, I don't know what happened. The time before, we had like 6 or 7 people win a couple million crypto coins of Shiba Inu and Dogecoin. The last time we played it, there was a malfunction or something, but I got hammered. It was landing on shots, and I had to drink every time. I got smashed. I literally felt bad for days after that. So we're going to bring that back, invite some friends. We'll get drunk, give away some crypto. But the old Bitcoins right here on the 4 hour, once again, it's just doing what the markets do. We've yet to rally and make a higher high. Nothing, no excitement there in that world. So you've got to just try your best to hang in there. And crypto's not. Crypto's not going to do anything until tech stocks and everything else. It's an asset like anything else. And that's all you can do is wait and be patient. We are struggling and fighting hard to hang on to that 2017, 2018 high. And that's a good thing. That's got to be we're making this a strong level of support right now, which you would think at some point we would fall below it down to about 14K and make it resistance again. But if we don't, if it's too strong, then we're putting in a floor for the next rally. And I like that. I like that a lot because we did that with 6K right here, which turned into be very, very strong once again right through here. We'll just have to wait and see. Ethereum was looking good. We all managed to catch a little piece of that rally right there. That daily candle yesterday, that was alerted in Discord, and a lot of people enter that trade, made him some money. And then right now, it's not today has been what we'd call, I guess you could say it's a spinning top or a doji candle. There's no real direction. It's just almost a, I don't know what the hell kind of days. We'll have a new candle opening up here in about 2 hours. And so we'll watch that because a lot of times you'll get a lot of price action around 6 o'clock on the open of that new candle. But right here at this choppy area, we'd like to see some upside to get above this high. I think we're really going to have to get up there with Ethereum to about 1800 again to maybe negate this head and shoulders. If not, we're going back down to like $1,000. Plain and simple. That's where she's heading. I mean, could be 1,200, most likely $1,000. So that's Ethereum. There's no play to be had on it right now. It's hold tight for your long-term stuff, but it's not convincing enough to enter a short position right now at all. I mean, you want to, but after having that big bullish engulfing candle, we could turn around, finish this a tad green, open up a new candle, and start ripping again. So we're just at an inflection point where you want to wait. You got to wait, let it make a move, and then we'll play the meat of the trend. We'll play the trend, but we're not trying to really predict that move. Any other crypto anybody wants to look at? Dogecoin down 3% today. Nothing spectacular. Once again, it's the Doge just doing what it does. We're running up to the top of that channel now, trying to get back down. I would expect we could go down as low as like 3 cents. I don't know. If we respect the heart line, probably not. Doge isn't doing nothing spectacular. What was this? Oh, wow. Y'all's favorite, Luna. Luna's up 18% today. Now you're like almost as same price as Shiba. Yeah, it's nothing to write home about. It's garbage. But everything was just bleeding out today in the market. We had somebody yesterday ask about this Weber. What is this? Is this the grills? Appliances? I think so. Look at today's bloody candle. Look at that. Man. That was not recommended. That's down 22%. That's pretty bad. That's pretty awful. So stay away from that. Everybody's favorite, American Airlines, which is always asked about right here. We had a little candle down today after this huge bearish engulfing candle 2 days ago. Absolutely, what would you expect? Because there's that doji again with no real direction. It was green, but not by much. Did not give us the follow-through price action that people wanted to see reversed. We got another red candle down. And we're at the bottom of this range. There's a real good chance that we break. Real good chance that we break. American Airlines could see some low lows, get down at 11 and 12, about the $12 mark. Could go lower, but for right now, first target, we're looking at $12. It's at $13.33 right now. That was a trade setup that was posted today. I have to pull it up, but we're buying puts. We're shorting American Airlines. I think it was a strike price of $12 at. I'll have to see if somebody else is on there. I don't know if I could pull that up while I. Hold on. I think I can. I can pull it up while I've got my software open. Maybe. No, it's not going to let me pull it up while my streaming software is open. It just takes up too much power. But anyway, y'all, look, I can post it later. Tesla down 2.5% today. That was expected. You got Bed Bath & Beyond doing what meme stocks and garbage does. Well, okay, thanks, Lance. The strike price was 12. All right. And so if anybody's interested in jumping in American Airlines on a put, let's short it, man. Let's push that thing down. I don't fly American anyway. I don't care. Let it go down. Crush it. Big red candle. Bed Bath & Beyond finally It's been just playing around for days. We really need it to come through this week. That would be super awesome. The 4 hour say that OJ. I did. I saw that right at market close. I saw that news pop up, and I had to turn the TV up about Snap laying off. But it's kind of not a surprise. It's cool. It's just going to help push it down some more. But I guess Meta and, well, hell, a bunch of people, Tesla, a bunch of people's laid off folks right now because the economy is just not looking good. That's just more reason to short it. Was my thought on Snap. I'm gonna say garbage. I haven't looked at it in a few days, but we'll pull it up right now. We're not doing nothing. We're just shooting the shit, man. We're trying to be here for when somebody asks a question. That's all we're trying to do. Answer questions one at a time. All right, let's pull it up. Here's the 4 hour. Old snapperoo. I'm not digging. I mean, it's down another almost 40 cents after hours. I don't see it's building negative momentum. We're in the bearish control zone on the RSI. We've yet to make a higher high, or really a higher low for that matter. We just keep making lower lows, lower highs. It don't look good on the 4 hour. On the daily, you're not getting much. Actually, it looks worse on the daily to me because if y'all can see it, the negative momentum is just starting to build. It just went from positive, neutral to negative. We're crossing while we're in the lower end of the bearish control zone. There is nothing looking good about that on the daily chart. Nothing I want to be involved with at all. The best I could say was if you have a 5 to 10 year outlook on a portfolio, you're getting it at a hell of a discount. If you believe in the company and their fundamentals and their profit loss, maybe. Let's zoom out. Does it make us feel any better? Not really. It is it's hanging on by a thread. And so here's the life, man. Here's the entire life of Snap, of the chart. But where we're at, the level we're at here, we're hanging on to this one tiny little candle right here. Our next stop is there. If we break down much further, which it looks like now, if the market was open right now, we would be confirming a breakdown. It's a 967. I would not doubt us easily. I mean, you might get a little. 940 might try to show you a little bit of resistance on the way down, but I would be looking to take a short position down to 798. If you can pick up an $8 put, I think you're probably gonna make money on that real quick. That's where she's headed. Everything says stay away or short the shit out of me. On the weekly though, it's still showing that we have pretty good positive momentum while being overbought or oversold down here. So that's kind of conflicting, judging from what we've seen here. Has anybody? I'm sure nobody has. I'll do it. I'll pull it down from here to where we at. I mean, we're down 88% of the way. I love that. I love that. This is an area that it could reverse. Let's say we get a huge green day tomorrow and everyone feels like it's down 88%, it's time to buy. This is an area where it can reverse. That's why I say if it does break, then I'd be looking for that low candle wick of 798, 793-ish. KDP. What's CHPT? Is that Chipotle? Chipotle. KDP. KDP. Oh, it's Dr. Pepper. So Dr. Pepper's a Craig. Let me see. All right, so I'm glad we're already on the weekly. We're losing positive momentum. We've just started, so we probably have a ways to go. But we are at this big, heavy area of trading. for the last year or so here. I mean, the weekly is kind of being iffy right now. It's saying that it could have downside, but we need to see is support. So I mean, I don't want to tell you it is or it ain't, but we're in this mess right here. We want to see support built and it chop sideways for a minute and use it as support, and then we would say, all right, we're building positive momentum again. We're going long on it. That would be what I'd want to see for a long-term investment. Right now on the daily, you're just now, slamming into all of this, and you're building negative momentum. That's kind of saying down. The 4-hour down, and you could get a little pop and start building some kind of really nice head and shoulders. Once again, with everything else, it's probably not looking good right now. That's not the play I want to be in unless I'm trying to short it. But to me, it's too much chop. There's too much chop in this area. I wouldn't want to short this until I got just below it. If I get down to about 36.44, I might be looking to take a short position. And then, can I explain the support line of how you find it? Absolutely. Let's look at the CHPT, did we say? No, Charge Point Holdings. Let's see what it's doing. 1 hour, it's down. You're trying to lose some negative momentum. Not a lot. You're still way down there, just bouncing off oversold. The 4-hour, and it was looking good, but then, damn it, we had this bloody days. The 4-hour was looking really nice for some divergence. We had some hidden bullish divergence going on right here. And right as we got to neutral, that it started building again. And there was a sell-off. So, let's see. The volume was up nice today. It was almost double what it normally is. Yeah, same thing with the daily. We were trying to lose it and turn positive, and we just kind of gave up the ghost and had this big nasty candle down today, and it was only about 4%, but it's getting rejected from that 200-day moving average. What do you expect? It's where we're at in life right here. So on the weekly, once again, we've built, and it could start building again and we could go to the moon. But even on the weekly, we've been rejected twice from the 200-day moving average. I probably, if I had to make a judgment, I would say you have more likelihood to the downside to get back to neutral than you do to the upside right now. Not even for a long-term hold am I really interested in that right now. It's just not bloody enough for me. I'd want to see it back down at the $10 range, and then we could talk. So support and resistance. We're going to go to something fun to do that. And it's because it's pretty clear cut. All right. So here's the Bitcoin weekly chart, okay? Let's talk about that. I've got a video, obviously, because I sent it to you. I know I did. I posted it on Discord, sent it to you. 3 videos, MACD, support, resistance. Obviously, you didn't watch it, but I'm going to show you right here live, and we're going to let that go. But, all right. So, support and resistance, when I'm looking for it, you have to find areas that have shown multiple times over the history of the asset that to find a reliable support and resistance, that traders have settled up. And sometimes multiple wicks can bounce off of it. Yes, that is too. But I try to look for where they settled up because that seems to be stronger than the wicks. Wicks are pretty weak because that popped up there. It might have been one trade at that price. So you got Bitcoin here. Right now, when I say Bitcoin is holding support, I'm going to get my drawing tool out, help you out. This right here is the top of the 2017-2018 bull run, okay? And that top is right there at $19,818. That's where those candles, and I'll zoom in. We're gonna take it to the basics. You see, we're touching that wick right now. We keep bouncing up and down off those candles, but can you see how both those candles are almost completely even at that price? So this candle opened here, closed there. The next weekly candle, the next week, opened there, closed there. So that's telling me that right here, that close and that open, there was a lot of agreeable price action. A lot of people agreed on that price being the same, the buyers and sellers. That was the top of the market. There was a lot of buyers all the way up that have been trapped in this range that did not want to take this loss because they thought it's going to keep going up. This is just one red candle like we had there. So what you're looking for is that we didn't know that was going to be support or resistance until you test it again, and you never know. Okay, so now we know that's there, how that got there. We go all this time and then finally start a new bull market. Okay, as we start ripping, look what happened. And this is how we know. This is how you confirm. You don't know yet. That happened one time in history. But as we started to make this bull run up, everyone was thinking, could the top, could that's a big historical area, could it be resistance and not let us through? Let's zoom in and see. This was it. It wasn't crazy, but we had it, you'd say 1, 2, 3, 4 times a candle tried to break through it. And these are weekly candles. 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks in a row. Did it try to break through that 19,900 level? And it didn't. So that confirms it as resistance, meaning that every time it got to that level, the simplistic version, every time it got to that price, these people back here at the $20,000 level that had been holding for years at that point, they panicked. They're afraid it's going to go back down. They wanted their money back, so they sold. And that's what kept suppressing this price, pushing it down each time, was people selling at that price. It also was people who bought down here, but they were suspect that that $20,000 price wasn't going to hold, so they started selling. Once they were done selling, though, that fifth try, we powered through it, and we didn't look back for months and months and months. So now that we know that 20,000, let's say 19,900, call it 20. Now that we know for a fact that's confirmation it was used as resistance, then we will start looking at it once we broke above it. And this price starts to come down again as it started trickling. First thing everybody says is, all right, we have no real confirmed support until $20,000. This is how you know this stuff. You're up here in outer space. This local stuff is not going to be very strong. It can for a minute, but it's not going to be strong long term, not going to be heavily traded. It's just not going to, that's just not how it works. So immediately when we hit a top here, people thought 20,000. It didn't. We caught this little bit of bunch here, and it wasn't over, and it ran. Topped again. And everybody's been calling 20,000 since then. Okay? We came down, and what happened? We tested it. We wicked through it for just a moment, just a day, and come right back and made it support, 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 support. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, now 9 times around that 19.9 mark, we have made it support. We just can't break it, which means every time it hits that price, traders feel like, okay, now that's been confirmed as a resistance level, resistance and support always flip as you always saw the chart. Now it's flipped to support instead of resistance. And we're thinking, okay, after that first time, the second week, we've got confirmation that it's holding for now. So you have people that think, I'm buying at this area of value, it must be the bottom. And that's why we keep getting these little pumps and then back to it, because there's other sellers. So now it has flipped from resistance to support. That's how you find it. And it's not just the highs always, it's areas of heavy trading volume around that. Just like this was locally, it played out there. Well, guess what? When we come back up, it's 32,000, 30 to 32,000 is going to act as a resistance. And that's the same thing here. Look how many times, I'll draw some lines. Look at this area. How many times did we get touches as resistance? 2 or 3 here. Quite a few, maybe 5 or 6 weeks here. We tried to make that happen. Here, got rejected. So you can see, and I'll just draw lines at areas, and it gets pretty easy just to kind of spot it. And now here's another one. When we're coming down for the 2018 high, look at this right here. We hit this $3,100 low, which was the first low. Where did it coincide with? Those 2 high candles, which also, there were resistance, finally broke through. That was the confirmation of support right there. That's cool too, is when it does it so quickly. Resistance, broke through, come back, and we call it a back test. So not only you broke resistance, but you came to back test it for traders to find out, is this strong? Is this a strong area? And confirm it as support. And then we run again. So everybody right here at this 6,000 level, which was, it was building its case as support, it finally broke. And so after 6,000, the next reasonable level down was going to be the last level of resistance or support that we had as the $3,000 right there. So that's it. That's really, you're just looking for heavily traded areas, and you can do it on any chart of anything. You can look at KNC, and it ain't got to be on the weekly. I prefer daily, weekly, 4-hour because you can scroll out. But just like KNC, I just can eyeball it and say, here's, I mean, that makes sense for that right there, because you can see all the times that the candles have interacted and bounced off of it, up or down. Resistance again. That's pretty much, that's how you find support and resistance. You're looking for that. What's going on? Blockchain Solution. I understand. That's why I do this. It's a lot easier to learn when someone's answered your question directly. They're showing you any little critiques that you may not understand or phrases. You can ask questions. That's why I'm here. That's why I tell everybody, please get on the stream, have a beer, chill at the night. If y'all will give me recommendations on the best time to stream for y'all, because that's what I'm here for. I'm for y'all, not me. I'm not teaching myself this. Let me know what the best streaming time is. Is your day over at 7:30? Is the kids back from sports? Is the homework done and everybody heading to bed at 8? Y'all let me know what's convenient, where the largest number of y'all can tune in and ask questions, and we can have this one-on-one experience for my Discord members, and that's when I'll stream. I just streamed right after market closed the last couple days because it seems like, well, I've got your attention from trading today. Let's go ahead and get this out of the way. But I'll stream whatever's convenient. What's going on, Charles? My man. Mr. Charles there is the reason that I have this nice little mic, which I may have to practice adjusting because it sounds great compared to what I had. But I believe my alcoholic voice or smoker's cough is got a little distorted sound. I could probably tune that up. I'm gonna get him to come help me with it because he's the genius here. If there's anything that runs on electricity or has chips and boards in it, this guy right here can fix it. So y'all hit him up on there if you want him to do cool stuff for you. If you're like, hey man, I really need some automation in my house, this is the guy. I mean, he's your dude right there. He can make your whole house talk to you. You just like call on the phone, be like, hey, I need dinner ready, all the lights on, run my wife a bath. Your house does it. He's that guy. All right, so Charles, I know I'd spoke with you today about Ford. Tell you what, for me, a stream starting at 4:15, 4:30 works pretty good. Okay, good. It just plays one on TV. Yeah, okay, well, good. I mean, you've been here the last couple days that we've done that, so yes, that works for you. Everybody that's viewing right now, post the time that's most convenient, majority of days, for you to watch us, sit down and watch a 45-minute to an hour stream and ask questions. That way I can go back and look at the comments, start doing some numbers, and figure out when I can stream for you guys to make it easiest on y'all. But we're going to get over to Ford because I spoke with Charles earlier today about this. And I just really felt good about it when I saw it, when it popped up. Now, I alerted, there was a Ford put I alerted on the 24th, I believe. And it's just kind of been petering around, nothing to write home about yet. But this kind of confirmed for me today. Anybody that's watching, do you know what this is before I have to tell you? I know all of my Discord people are. I know y'all know what this is. This is a Head and Shoulders. All right, it don't have to be perfect. It's doing what I need it to do. So we've got a Head and Shoulders on Ford, and I've got the measured move here, which the measured move will be from that candle wick high, the head, down to the neckline, where we've had the most trading interaction right here. You'll clone that, you'll measure that, move it down here to your line where your breakout candle could be. And there's your target, okay? So this is on the daily chart. If we zoom out, here's another example of your support and resistance, okay? Look, what do you see? Because now we just went over that. What do you see? The target for the breakdown is, that measurement is not on me. That measurement is set in stone with technical analysis. That's how they teach it. It just plays out, and there's a reason. Our breakdown is to the next level that has been resistance, which we would hope find support at here, 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 multiple times. Resistance, resistance, support, support, resistance, support, resistance, resistance, support, support. There was another example of a breakout, a back test, and a run. Gotta love that. So I placed that, I alerted the put on Ford, and I still believe it to be true. And the market's just screaming, saying that it's probably headed that way. And I'm not psychic, and I don't have a crystal ball, but what I am is looking for an edge. This gives me my edge based on traditional technical analysis rules. I am looking for this to play out, and it don't have to play out in 5 minutes, people. But a downward target of 1382, I believe that could be some pretty big wins on some puts right there for some people. Also on the 4 hour, it just looks so good. We're still in negative momentum. We just broke down below neutral on the RSI, and I like that. That bearish control zone, that's what we need, pulling it in. And it's like that on most time scales. We're just started today, just started losing the negative momentum on the weekly. I like that also. So there's my spill on Ford. If anybody is looking to take a put on Ford, there you go. There's why. There's my reason for reasoning, my backup for what I say. Anybody else got any questions? Wow, we're already 41 minutes into this. I've been having a blast, having my Coors. Thanks for sponsoring me, Coors. Anybody got any questions? Name a chart. Matter of fact, I'll answer questions about things not pertaining to charts at all. I don't care. Is your car making a funny sound? Comment. I'll try my best to diagnose it from here. I need y'all to like, subscribe, tick the little bell for notifications, comment. The more activity we get, the more it helps the algorithm, so it can help me stay relevant and help people come to the channel. You know, they just push you. If you don't have what the algorithm wants, they just push your content to the back of the page there. It's even hard. I've had trouble when they shadow ban you, like finding people that I watch. The QQQ. probably looks about like everything else. It's way up there. I'm not even going to look for it. I'm going to type it because I'm lazy. Like everything else. Oh wow, I've had all this drawn for a minute. Let's see what it's done. This is cool. I love going back and looking at stuff I hadn't looked at in weeks, and then you get to kind of see where it's played out. So we've been bouncing around, but I'm gonna clear it up now. Same as everything else, man. We're just another lower high that's just can't get past that moving average. And now we're very possibly going to try to start heading down to put in a lower low. A lot of people keep saying the June lows have to hold. No, they don't. The June lows don't have to hold. It wouldn't make sense to me, to be completely honest. I'm going to address that. No, don't laugh. I'm going to address the gurgling noise after your oil change. I saw you comment. But it don't make sense to me. You're saying after this exacerbated, like here's the COVID dump right here. Here's our we shut down the freaking country dump. All right, that was insane. And then all of a sudden this exacerbated, crazy retarded rally to insane highs fueled by free money being pumped in by the government. No, there's just no way, because that's the reason why I think that. From here, from 164 all the way up to 409 was fake. That's fake. That is fueled by free money poured in by the government. Okay? They're pulling that free money back now. They're raising interest rates. There's no way. That's just not real sustainable. Not going to happen. I think we've got to have more. We've got to have more. It would make sense. Every trend likes to return to the median. It likes to return to where it's been its whole life. Look at our trend. That's almost straight as an arrow up. Every one of these have returned. Why wouldn't this? When it gets too low, it returns to the median. When it's too high, I feel like we would need to get down somewhere. I want to say at 238 at the low. More than likely 254, and then I'd feel comfortable that that's the bottom I'm looking for. With Crypto Whiskey Coin, it's actually called MetaWeb 3, and its ticker is TWEB3, TWEB3. I'm working on it. It's, dude, my guy, my super duper guy of like software development guy, he is not around anymore to help me out, and I am slowly teaching myself all of this stuff. So charts is one thing. I can read a chart, and I'm just now getting to where I can function like this for y'all, but the coin is another thing. I know we've got a while before a bull market, and you release something like a new coin in a bear market, it gets lost in all the jumble. Nobody cares. So I'm trying to get it done as fast as possible, but also be conscious that I need to get it done right before the bull market starts for people to be relevant. I'm working on it though. It's going to be great. We do have a couple of people beta testing it right now. Jojo here, y'all know him from my Discord, Reaper. He's got a handful that he's testing and hanging on to, and I'm going to get it out there. I am struggling with the development of a wallet. That's the key. The key to this coin being a long-term success is the corresponding wallet. I don't need all the crap that everybody, that's not what we're doing with it. It's strictly going to be to cut out all the BS fees and people trying to move money around. It's not going to be a trading exchange. It's going to be a wallet. When you put a dollar bill in your wallet and you need to pull out another dollar bill to pay somebody, or if you have 4 quarters, you're going to pull them out of your wallet, that person's going to take it. Right now, the crypto's biggest hurdle is I've got 500 different coins in one of my wallets. And this person may only take the quarters. Another person may only takes the dollar. Another person, I don't take either of those. I only take pennies. That would be a horrible way to have to carry so many different ones and then have to count out each one. It would be great if you had a wallet to where it doesn't matter. The dollar amount that you need to transact in, you can set up parameters to pull from whatever coin you want, and it comes out of there, and you're not having to pay a fee to trade, let's say, Dogecoin to trade it over to USDT to buy Ethereum to send Ethereum. So you're paying for 3 transactions, and they're huge. Not necessary. Trying to develop this wallet to where everything in your portfolio that you're putting in my wallet, you set the parameters of what do you pull from first, second, third. So as the whole crypto universe develops, people will start spending. You have USDT, you have stable coins. They will start spending. But my coin is what it all transacts through to be one seamless product to where I can click my phone at a gas station and pay for a pack of cigarettes and some beer. And then I can, on my way home, think, oh, I need to stop and grab a pizza, transact it there. And then I can go online and buy something from Amazon and then pay some dude in the metaverse for some fake ass digital Nikes that I bought, all through the same wallet, the same app with the same push of a button. And the wallet do all of the hard stuff in the background with little to no fees. The fees have got to go, or it'll never continue to move. So there's my spiel about crypto whiskey coins called MetaWeb 3. You're welcome. Blockchain Solutions. With a name like that, I bet you can. I didn't think about that. Mammoth Energy Services. Is that the ticker? Tusk? Like Elephant Tusk? Let me see that dong. Well, you had a higher low after a long-term downtrend. You had a nice inverse head and shoulders that played out. You did make a higher low, but you have made a higher high now. What we're looking for to see is a third higher low. It doesn't even have to have a higher yet. I would love to, but we'd like to see a third higher low in that trajectory. And then we'd have a 3 rising valleys to possibly play out and get back up to these highs. So pretty strong. Let's look at the MACDs. Yeah, you see, every time we lose a little bit, we're building right back again on the momentum. We are showing negative momentum for these last couple day candles. Let's see how hard that is, how bad that comes down. But you're also, would be okay with it because this candle is trying to hold, as we were talking earlier, we're trying to make all this resistance support. So not too bad. Not too bad at all. You are in negative on the Momo and you're below neutral on the RSI. And here's where it gets hairy. On the 4 hour, we made this last 4 hour candle, made that support, those highs. Now it's using it as resistance. That's going to need to break through there tonight and tomorrow and negate that, and then things can turn around. But not horrible, still in a neutral holding area that I would just keep an eye on it, and we'd be waiting for something better. Yeah, thanks, man. I do. I get fired up about stuff that I think is unnecessary. We have enough fees and taxes in our freaking life. Every single person that watches, every single person, period. The last thing we knew is blockchain's great, man. It's great technology. It's going to be huge in the future. There's so many applications where it's amazing. There's some being used now. People don't even understand the online technology. All they care about is the price, and that's fine. I understand it. I like the price too. I'll play it. It's an asset. But man, if somebody will just take one less freaking fee, I don't want another technology that charges me an insane gas fee every time I buy something. I'm already paying tax, so I got to pay a fee to buy a freaking NFT with my freaking Ethereum, which I have to turn around and pay taxes on because it went up in value, and I have to pay another fee to get rid of it. No, it's horseshit. If they're ever plan on being an actual usable currency, we've got to get fees down, manageable levels, gone completely. And I'm going to spearhead that. I'm pushing in the background. Nobody knows who I am. Nobody's going to stop me. Nobody's. All of a sudden, one day, people's going to wake up and there's going to be a wallet with a corresponding coin that blows. And that's why it's called T-Web 3. It's Meta Web 3. I am building it for the metaverse, the Web 3, and the real world. That's it. It's all incomprehensive. We're doing it all. And I may have to hit you up about that because I'm not a engineer, a coder, a genius by far. I'm a guy that likes alcohol and looking at charts and making money. That's it. All right, guys. Anybody else? 53 minutes live. I really appreciate everything. I appreciate you listening to my rants and chart request. And I hope that I taught a couple of you a little bit about support and resistance that have been asking questions. Hopefully I see everyone back here tomorrow. At some point, I will go ahead and take into account the different times. We're going to play around with different times until we find that sweet spot for everybody. Thanks again. Please like, subscribe if you haven't already. If not, go join the Discord, Crypto Whiskey Discord. It's free for the first 2 weeks. We need you to see that we're about it. We're legit. We're making money. Go check it out.